Welcome back to my channel, Everything Home with Renee. I'm here in front of all this pretty fall stuff, just enjoying this weather. Today, I want to take you on a little journey and we're going to take a few Dollar Tree items that I picked up and we're going to craft these items into a really beautiful antique looking kitchen scale. The project came out better than I could have imagined and I'm so excited to do this. So if you want to craft with me, because this is a craft with me video, come along, see what we can come up with. And if you like my channel, don't forget, thumbs up and share. Okay guys, let's get on our journey. Let's get to crafting and make this gorgeous kitchen scale, because I know you're gonna love it. So I'm wondering if any of y'all have seen any of the crafters out there that do the old looking kitchen scales. And a lot of them I noticed were using the little tart burners from Dollar Tree. The ones where you put the little melting wax in the top and you put a little tea light candle down inside. They'll use that kind of for the base. And I thought those were awful cute. But when I happened to be Dollar Tree shopping, I saw a couple of things that people probably thought I was crazy because I was sitting there building stuff on the shelf and looking at it and thinking, wonder if I can go one step further than that, put my own little twist on it, because I don't want y'all watching the same things over and over. So my idea came from not any one in particular one that I saw, but a multitude of different ones that I saw. So with that being said, I spent $4 at the Dollar Tree and got these items. A little decorative jar with a lid, and now I spray painted all of this jar, the lid, white before I started this video, because I really don't think y'all want to see me spray paint. Yeah, I'm sure you know how to use a spray paint can. I did use just Rustoleum gloss paint, but I used the 2X paint, which has primer and paint together. Works real nice, and I wanted it to be a nice glossy sheen. I didn't want it to be matte, so it worked out really well. And then this guy was free. This is just simply a lid from my coffee can. I spray painted the side that I want to be to the back because it'll show. I mean, now unless somebody walks behind it or it's setting somewhere where you can see front and back, it won't show, but just in case, I went ahead and spray painted it white. Now the front I left dark, and I'm hoping it works out well. If not, I have some paint that we can touch it up. But I'm going to make a face for this. This is going to be the face of the scale. And since I'm going to make the face and use cardstock, I didn't think that I would really need to paint the inside white. We'll see. We'll see as it goes. Because once again, this is another video where you're just going to do it along with me. So if you have these items or anything even close to them and you want to join along, you go right ahead. If you want to do it later on, I'll leave information in the description box. Other than that, gals, I got my hair up. I got my paint and stuff ready. Let's get on a roll. Got my cheaters. Yep, I'm obsessed. All right. To get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my handy dandy, trusty, gunked up and well used heat gun tray and glue gun. I said heat gun tray. It's hot, yeah, but I should have said glue gun. Now, these dishes that I got at the Dollar Tree, I was so excited because I really didn't have to do a thing to them. They're done. They're perfect. They're already white. That's what I wanted, so I didn't have to spray paint them. Didn't have to do anything like that. But I am going to grab me some cotton balls, which I keep handy because I use a lot of them, and my alcohol. And I'm going to give it a quick wipe down because I've said before, alcohol works great to get the gunk, the grime, and anything else that's on off, because I want it to have good adhesion. I don't want it, see, there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see that, there's a lot of gunk on stuff. But anywhere I'm going to make something stick, I really don't want any kind of goop or anything on there. Alright, y'all. Now, I use a lot of E6000, and I'm sure if you've crafted before, you've heard of it. Bonds really well when you're working with glass. Hot glue, as I've said before, it's wonderful, but on glass it will only tack stuff. It will not make a permanent bond. And when I'm making anything out of glass, I always try to make it a permanent bond, because even if I want to tear it apart, even if I would want to tear it apart, or even if it's going to, I should say, even if it's going to be used just for decor, it can get bumped, it can get banged, and you got glass pieces falling off and shattering everywhere. I don't want that. So generally when I do a piece with glass where I'm going to attach the pieces together, I want it to be a good strong bond. Now, so, I could actually do this either way. I don't know. I look at it and I think, one way looks awfully cute, but another way looks awfully cute too. So, as I'm kind of looking at it, I'm debating. Do I want the scale on the top to be flatter? Do I want it to be wider? I'm going to set this here. And you know, as I'm looking at it this way with my faceplate on, that's going to be the clock, and I'll put it this way to show you because this will be the clock face. I think I almost kind of like it better this way. Even though I originally had wanted the deeper dish on top, I actually think it's going to look cuter this way. So, that's what we're going to do. So let's take my jar, and when I do this, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my bowl, and since I'm going to make my squared bowl the bottom, or the base, I'm going to put me a line of E6000 right around the edge of the bowl, right around the lip there on the bottom. And then, so that it will tack, it won't hold, but it'll tack, right around the little areas where I did not put E6000, I'm going to stick me some hot glue. And then as best as I can, I am going to center. This jar and give it a good push down. Now, like I said, don't want to go picking this up because it's going to take a good 24 hours for that E6000 to harden well, to cure well, and to hold it. Since I'm using this jar as part of the base and the jar has a lid, why not keep it useful? So when I attach the lid to the plate and it cures well, I will still be able to screw that lid on top with the scale face or the scale plate, and I'll have an open container. I can put candy in there. I don't want no chocolate. Anybody love chocolate? Okay, if you love chocolate, you can stick your chocolate stash in there. Nobody's gonna know it. You can use it for a piggy bank. You can use it to put chip clips in, anything in your kitchen really. But it's kind of cute that way because it'll be useful, not only decorative, but you can actually use it. I mean, you might even be able to put some, cleaning supplies in there. Who knows what you can think of? Anytime you got a container to put something in, it's all the more better because it's going to look pretty and you're concealing something that you don't want nobody to see. I thought it was a pretty good idea. So, what I'm going to do to the lid, I'm going to put the E6000 around the outside edge. And then I'm just going to put a really good dollop, a pretty good dose of it, of the hot glue inside the lid. And when I put this down, I'm just going to center it. And I'm just going to hold it in place there. And it kind of makes it nice too, because you've already got it centered on your plate, so you know it's going to be centered on your scale piece when you're done with it. First time. And also for me. So, wish me luck, guys. We're just going to put our coffee lid down and trace around the outside so we get us a nice circle. Oh, well, I guess my pencil's a little dull because I didn't quite get the circle on this here side, but I can take care of that. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Now I'm going to open these little guys. Decisions. I think I'll go up to a 14-pound scale since I have, bear with me, an extra one of these little rub-on transfers that I had gotten previously. And that way I'll have plenty enough numbers. Okay, now with these rub-on transfers, what I like to do is I like to take my scissors and cut out the exact letter, number, flower, whatever I'm going to use. I'm going to use a little 0 here. I'm hoping you can see that. From where I'm sitting, I got to do this on my own, so it has the white backing comes off, and then all you have is the little clear number or decal, whatever it is, picture that you have on there, okay? Make sure that you, when you take that white backing off, use the side. It's a bit tacky. You can feel it's a tiny bit tacky. Use that tacky side to place down on where you're going to rub this off. Now I'm going to start at 0 at the very top. And I'm going to set that little guy on there nice and even. Now, I'm going to use my little ruler. You can take anything, an ink pen, a credit card, anything with a smooth edge. And you just simply hold your transfer down and you rub across the top. Just rub, rub, rub. Give it a good rub. Now these seem to rub off and come off fairly easily, so you don't need a ton of pressure. The best way to find out if you rubbed hard enough is to take one little corner and lift real slow. And as you lift, off it comes. You got a bare piece of plastic. And there you go. There's your rub-on number. Way easier than stenciling. Alrighty guys, I am back. And I think I've got my scale face finished. But I gotta tell you a story. When I went to finish up, because like I told you, I figured you'd get pretty bored watching me just rub stuff on it. I realized that I told you I went into my clock face to say 0 to 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10. But the first thing that I had rubbed on there was a 1. And I looked at that. Right there it is. And I said, I didn't want that 1. I gonna do? So, I told you I keep it real. I tell you when I goof, and I goofed. I did a Bob Ross. You know, Bob Ross with the happy little trees and the happy little rocks, the painter. Well, if y'all ain't old enough to know him, you got to look him up. He's awesome. I love him. But like Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes. There's just happy little accidents. So, I flipped it over. I thought, okay, we can fix this. So, on the opposite side, I stenciled the correct number 2. Then I realized, well, if I do that, I'm not going to have enough ones to finish out my clock. So what am I going to do now? This is where you get creative when you craft. Think about it. I looked at the ones, and then I pulled up, and let me see if I got one. I pulled up the little rub-on stencil with all the lettering, and I thought, well, look at that eye. That eye looks almost just like the one. The only difference is it has a little edge sticking out more on one side than the other. So I used the eyes, and I rubbed the eyes on. And I just didn't rub that little edge. So it had the same smooth edge on the same side as the ones. Oh, genius! Told ya. Bob Ross. I pulled a Bob Ross. No mistakes, just happy just happy little accidents. So that's what I did. I'm being real. I'm keeping it honest. Anyway, I got done, and I used the numbers from this adorable little rub-on stencil from the Dollar Tree. I also used some of the letters and some of the florals. And this is what I come up with. What do you think, all? Isn't that pretty? I think that is so pretty. Now y'all be wondering maybe what that R and the backwards R is. Well, like I told you, I live on a farm or a ranch, and our, I done lost my train of thought. Our brand is the double R. And it's 2 R's back to back. One correct side, one back side, so that they stay together as a 2 for the double R. So I stenciled my first R on, and again had to get creative because I thought, now I want the other R on the other side, but how do I flip it? I can't flip the rub on, it only rubs off on one side. So I'll tell you what I did. I took a very thin little tiny piece of white tissue paper, and I thought, this is going to work or it's not going to work. And I cut an R out of here, and I laid it down on the tissue paper, and I rubbed it. And hoping that it would rub onto that tissue paper, and luck be with me, it did. It rubbed right off onto the little piece of tissue paper. Therefore, I was able to take that piece of tissue paper, flip it, cut it just the right size to fit, and decoupage it onto the clock face. So I rubbed the transfer onto a thin piece of white tissue paper, flipped that to get my flipped letter, and then just decoupage it on with a little bit of glue. And that's how I got my inverted R. Pretty creative if I say so myself. It worked. I thought for sure when I rubbed that on that what was going to happen was I was going to tear the tissue paper and then get all frustrated and it wouldn't work. But the creative spirits were with me. Creative spirits were with me and it worked. All right. So let's get on. Oh, Bob Ross. Yeah, happy little accidents. Okay, let me put these cheating glasses on, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I got my clock face, and it's going to fit inside here when we get ready for it. But then I had to make a little hand, because all scales have at least one hand, you know, when it weighs, it moves. Now I don't want mine to move, it's just for looks. And I could have stenciled one on or drawn one on, but I kind of wanted it to pop off, look a little three-dimensional so it looked more realistic. So what I did was I traced out kind of a little outline of a clock hand right there. And I put it on just a regular piece of printer paper because I wanted to make sure that I got it just the way I wanted it. And when I did, then I took this little scrap piece of cardboard, just tiny little scrap. I keep a lot of if it's a nice piece of cardboard, I'll keep a nice thin piece of cardboard because you just never know when you're gonna need it for something, so I'll keep a few on hand. So I took this tiny little piece of cardboard, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little guy and I'm gonna flip it over and see all those scribbles? Well, that's my pencil. I am just really going over and over and over and over and over that image on the opposite side and really making a thick coloring of pencil, because if luck be with me again, it'll work simply this way. If not, I reckon I'll have to do it another way. And I'm gonna lay it on that cardboard, and then with the scribbly side down on the cardboard, so that I can kind of make like a tracing paper and trace over what I've done, what I've drawn. So let's trace over this. Hopefully no happy little more accidents will happen. Happy little more? I really need to learn how to talk today. I'm tongue-tied today. I'm sorry. Anyway, so rather than cut all the way through it with my scissors, I'm going to score it first with this little razor knife here. Okay, now since it's scored, oh yeah, my scissors go through real nice. It doesn't leave any jaggedy edges. Okay, and now we have our little scale hand that we're going to use. All I'm going to do with it is take this Sharpie marker and color it black. It's that simple. No paint required, no thought, no fuss, no muss. Got my face, and I'm just going to put the little, or not the face, but the little hand, and I'm just going to put it to the side for now, because I want to get this in. So, come here, hot, trusty glue gun. And that's all we're going to do is I'm going to use this glue gun to put it right down inside. I'm going to put me a big glop of hot glue in there. And we're going to put our face that we made right down inside. There we go. We got the face put inside the coffee lid. So that part's done. And now I have these little embellishments, I'll call them, in my stash. I take apart old necklaces, beads, things like that. And I'll take them all apart and I'll put them in these little, cute little, from the Dollar Tree. These are tiny containers. They're perfect for that, little beads and things. And I'll save them because you never know what you can use it for. Well, I was thinking, number one, I want that hand to pop out away from the face. But number two, I want it to look real. Even though I made it out of cardboard, I still kind of want it to look real. So I got this little tiny gold bead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue it to the very center of the face. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Now bear with me. Find my center here, I hope, because I'm guessing. I'm not being too particular. That looks good enough for me. And see, I just popped it right on there. Now's where I'm going to glue my little hand. And I'm debating. I think since nothing's going to be on the scale, I'm just going to aim the arrow part of the hand straight up to the 0. So I'm putting a little dab of hot glue on top of that bead now that I set there. then I'm going to take I've got even tinier, little bit, it's so tiny you probably can't see it between my fingers. Little tiny gold bead, and I'm going to pop that right in the center of the scale's hand, so it looks like the little screw that would normally hold one on. That makes sense? I hope it makes sense. We'll see. Be careful. Hot glue. So I'm doing everything I can to keep my fingers away from it. Big old spider web. Oh my golly. Oh, looky there. What do you think? It worked. See, it raised it up a bit. It's up away from the edge. I think it looks more realistic that way. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So we worked on that. I'm going to bring the big piece back over. I'm still not going to pull and pry on it because it has not dried 24 hours yet, so I don't want anything to happen to it. But I kind of want to at least set this top on. And get an idea of where I'm going to place my face. So I'll do it from this side just so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to attach the face of this right here. And the way I'm going to do it, yep, hot glue and E6000. I'm going to end up putting some E6000 hot glue here on the bottom where it touches the mold, and about here where it touches against the mold. And that's what I was looking at to see what parts of this scale face touch, well, so I know where to put my adhesives. Welcome back, guys. So what did you think? Did you like it? I absolutely loved the way it turned out. And I hope you did too. And I hope you had fun crafting it with me, taking this DIY from a few Dollar Tree items, putting a little creative twist on it, and making something gorgeous for your home. You can't get any better than that. If you like my channel, remember, thumbs up for me, guys. It really helps. And subscribe. Click the notification bell. And until the next time, keep on crafting. Keep it real, stay true, and always be uniquely you. Thanks.